you actually want to get stronger through the glutes and build a fat ass, then we got to slow it down, okay? I'm going to teach you a few ways on how to get more out of your step downs or your step ups, depending on where you're starting from. We are going to start from the top, and we're going to work our way down to the floor, so we're more focused on that lowering the negative part of the movement. Few things we're going to touch on. Main thing is the tempo. We'll get to that in a sec, but just to start things off, on this floating leg, we're going to flex the foot up so our toes are to the ceiling. So our heel is going to be the first and only thing to touch the floor. I'll show you in a sec why. Second part is our hips are going to start the movement first, so we're not going into the knee first. That's great for sending more focus into the quads, but our main goal here is getting something out of the glutes. Toes up on this floating side, hips go first, and then as we go down, we're going to draw that knee out towards that pinky toe side, and then control, and then on the way up, drive this working leg into the step. You're gonna find, if you are weaker at this, that your knee may want to cave in, but we're a lot stronger. We can use a more stable position, I guess, when you drive that knee out, so we're torquing it a little bit more. Try to avoid turning your foot out too much, or else it's kind of awkward and you turn into some ballet mumbo jumbo. Not saying ballet's mumbo jumbo. Anyways, yes, so keep the foot straight on, maybe a slight angle, nothing too excessive. We do want to keep full pressure through the whole foot, mainly through big toe, little toe, and the heel all evenly. If you do struggle with ankle mobility, you can use a wedge or something to elevate the heel, give your ankle a little more room to work with, totally fine. We should be able to do this on like flat-footed, but again, toes up first, hips start the move, then the knee. You can send your arms out forward for a little counterbalance and then drive up. At the top too, if you can squeeze your glute muscle, drive your hips forward without hyperextending too much, but glutes squeeze at the top. It'll just help you focus in on where you should be feeling it the most. This move can absolutely be done quickly. It's a great way to warm up the glutes to get some blood flowing to the arse. However, there's lots of people that I've been hearing that are struggling to use their glutes. Their glutes aren't firing. There's like it's like dead butt syndrome, or there's gluteal amnesia. This one is going to possibly humble you. At the very least, it's going to provide some real insight on if you got weak glutes or not. There's obviously other areas and muscles that are involved, but this is where most of it's coming from, is the big butt muscle. With that tempo, try and go down slow, maybe count to 3 or 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can pause and keep your heel just floating like a millimeter above the floor for 2-3 seconds and then come up with control, money, okay? You're gonna find that maybe you can go down with control. That pause might be hard, but maybe you can do the pause, and then coming out of it, it might start to get really ugly. So notice where you're lacking and where you're struggling. Even from one side to the next, you're gonna have some differences, some imbalances. If you do have one side that does struggle a lot more, spend a little more time on that side. And ways we can progress this instead of just loading it up a ton is go higher. You're gonna find that if you go too high, then you can't really control it very well. Our goal is to control it. Flex toes up, hips go down, draw that knee out, pause, and then drive up. The reason we're flexing the toes up is because it's really easy to cheat, whether you know it or not, from giving a little push from the toes. You still can do it with the heel, get a little bounce out of there, but it's not as much. Our goal is to take away that momentum regardless. So that's why that pause at the bottom is good without stopping that foot dead. Safety tip, you can get a little wobbly up here, so that's why we're holding on to this bad boy. So don't snap my neck again. Don't do round offs in a bouncy castle after it has rained outside. Pro tip. But again, this is a move where there's tons of variations that look the same. It's just that tempo and the control and the focuses change the movement drastically. So I could probably do like 100 of these and it'd be tough and I'd feel it, but then you go down slow, you pause, control, drive it up, squeeze the butt at the top. Getting to 10 on each side with that is going to be tough. I'll even show you an example. Not that bad. That's with a 50-pound dumbbell. However, that one rep probably took as long as those 3 reps. That's way harder. Okay, so another way, both are fine. Again, both are great. You can load this one up pretty heavy and make do with it. Maybe adjust the ranges based off of the load that you're using, but absolutely try to master body weight, especially getting it up pretty high. I've seen some crazy people do some crazy stuff where it's like all the way up here. That's sick. But start at a height that you can do. If you're jumping into something too high, then it's likely that it's gonna start to get ugly. And then maybe I'll start like rounding through the spine a little bit, and then that's just not a strong position. So we do want to keep a neutral spine as if you are doing a squat or a deadlift. Also, totally start off next to something like a rack where you can hold on to it, right? Give yourself some help. If you need a little bit of assistance at some point of the movement, or maybe your balance is feeling shardy one day, that's fine. Use the rack to give you a little bit of help. Nothing wrong with that. Or maybe like a TRX or something like that. Once again, don't fall and snap your neck. Some other versions you can add into this would be like an overhead version. That's fun. Maybe you're just hugging something to your chest or going goblet style. You can hold a dumbbell down on that side as well. And remember, just like the world, step downs are your oyster. Whatever that saying actually means, I don't know. Cool.